It was founded to showcase modern art. Now the paintings of a man some dubbed the father of most of the works that have come through here is adorning Tate Modern's walls. From this week until March next year, the paintings of the groundbreaking French artist Paul Cezanne are going to be on display here in the first exhibition of its kind here in the UK for a quarter of a century. Cezanne ripped up a centuries-old rulebook and promised to astonish Paris. He did so, sometimes with the most familiar of objects, somehow completely transformed.
Art made a huge transition in the sort of 19th century when art had been quite realistic up to a certain point, and then along came the likes of Claude Monet and Paul Cezanne, and what they showed was that it was about capturing the essence or the impression of an era, and that transformed art. And then from there we kept going more and more into the abstract, more into the more modernist, and it kind of spread from there. So all kind of contemporary art can trace its roots back to likes of Monet and Cezanne.
The seeds of future greats are evident throughout, particularly perhaps in a room dedicated to the artist's revered in-depth studies of bathers and the landscapes of his Aix-en-Provence home. A century since his death, there is still something fresh and new on offer.
Building on the back of recent research, we can actually see that particularly in these early decades of his career, he was very much engaged in social issues, in contemporary society.
Albeit often subtler than some of his contemporaries during an era of massive upheaval in France. And some personal touches as well, such as a corridor showing Cezanne's paint palettes, as well as commentary on his enduring legacy.
What Tate has tried to do is put in the voices of artists working today to show how they've been influenced by Cezanne and how they continue to draw inspiration from his work. And that's how they're trying to bring a new spin to the work. And of course there are some works that I've not seen before, even though many are quite familiar to those who recognise his unmistakable still lifes and landscape paintings.
After a difficult few years for galleries, Tate Modern is banking on a blockbuster.